Hey there, welcome back to Limabean Crafting. In today's video, I will be showing you how I made this Mother's Day word search for my mom for Mother's Day using only one Dollar Tree product. So let's get to it. For this craft, you will need a picture frame from the Dollar Tree. I picked up this artwork piece, which was about 8.5 by 11 inches, and a smaller 4 by 6 inch frame. I picked up the smaller one just in case the larger one didn't have a glass insert, but luckily it did. The first thing you are going to want to do is create your word search. My plan was to use adjectives that describe my mom. Just search free word search generator in Google and find a website that works for you. The first site I chose had me enter the words for the word search with commas separating them. When I generated my word search, there was also an option to see the solution to see if I liked the placement of the words. After I recreated the word search a few times to avoid too many backwards words, I thought I would just try a different website for my creation. The website, thewordsearch.com, was just as simple to complete and generated a word search that I was happy with. This website has you enter the words in separate boxes. Once I generated a word search that I liked the solution of, I took a screenshot of the letters and uploaded it to CRICUT Design Space. Choose Simple and then click on the background to delete the white background of your screenshot, leaving only the letters. You will also have to go in and delete the insides of any letters that are closed off to the background, like O's, P's, R's, A's, and so on. My image also had tiny dots throughout it, so make sure to delete those too if they pop up on your image as well. When that is done, choose Cut Image and then Upload. Next, scale the image to fit your frame, making sure to leave space above and below if you want to add an additional message. Above my word search, I chose to address my mom and then lead into the word search by thanking her for having those qualities. At the bottom, I just added Love Emily using the American typewriter font. Once everything was scaled to fit the glass in my frame, I selected both text boxes and the word search and welded them together so that they would be cut out in the same spacing as was shown. Then I clicked Make It and selected my materials. I used CRICUT brand removable white vinyl for this project, which definitely helped with the transfer to the glass. Then I selected Mirror On because these will be attached to the back side of the glass, so make sure you don't forget this step. Then I let my CRICUT do its thing. Once the design was cut out, I trimmed off the unused vinyl and then put some Dollar Tree clear contact paper on top of the vinyl before weeding. I chose this method because of the tiny pieces of the design. Trying to weed before the transfer would likely peel off pieces I didn't want weeded. I gave the vinyl a good scrape to better attach it to the clear contact paper, and then peeled off the backing on the vinyl. Next, I laid the vinyl, including the unwanted parts, on the glass and tried my best to center it while my daughter tried her best to distract me. Unfortunately, I wasn't successful at perfectly centering my design, but I got close enough. Then I peeled back my clear contact paper along with the white vinyl that was essentially the negative space of my text and word search. Since I used removable vinyl, this step was pretty easy. Occasionally I had a letter lift up, but for the most part the letters stuck to the glass and stayed there as I pulled up the excess. Then I weeded out the pieces of the vinyl that were not part of my design. Next, I used a whiteboard marker to mark the answers on the front side of the glass and used these markings as a guide for my paint. This wasn't completely necessary, but it just made everything a little bit easier. I used a dark acrylic paint to outline these answers on the back side of the glass, painting over top the stickers, and applied 2 coats of paint for this step. I also used the same paint to paint a background for my other text above and below the word search. Once this paint was completely dry, I took 3 or 4 lighter colors of acrylic paint and drizzled them randomly on top of the vinyl and previous paint. Next, I took a large brush and brushed in one direction on the glass until the entire sheet of glass was painted. I actually used a little too much paint and some dripped onto the sides in front of the glass, but luckily it scrapes off pretty easily after it dries. If you want, you can also leave like the outer edges of the glass unpainted for a more rustic look. Then I reassembled the frame and that was it. If you don't like the word search idea, you could simply write a message, put a design, do a crossword, or something else. You can also choose colors that fit your decor and really personalize the gift. I am really happy with how this craft turned out, and so was my mom. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in the next one.